take pride, watch this, in our unwillingness to forgive. And we have a ledger of individuals who have offended us and how we've cut them off. And what happens is we take that same ammunition and we aim it towards our spouse. Now, of course, we don't leave them alone, but we have a tendency to place them in this box where we deny them access to certain areas of our heart going forward. That's putting them in this trap, this place of unforgiveness. And oftentimes when couples don't work through these issues, they'll find themselves at impasses. There's a clip I want to show you now. Hopefully we got the audio ready too. You good? I went too fast. They coming. Give a hand for the AV. Come on, they got it going on. So as they get that ready, I want you to catch this. Unforgiveness leads to unresolved conflict, which leads to feelings of disconnect between couples. This is extra. Unforgiveness leads to unresolved conflict, which thirdly leads to disconnect between couples. Hit that video.
We should go back to couples therapy. Go see Dr. Ema for 2 months.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't hurt.
I think it'll be good.
All right, what did you hear? Number one, he said it doesn't feel like us. She says we're not connected. We're just kind of off. And so when we trace those feelings back, they're typically at the root of an area where there is some unresolved conflict, which is a result of some unforgiveness. Nicole, why don't you take us a little further? Come on.
Picture it. The movie, one of my favorite movies is The Color Purple. You know the characters, Miss Sophia, Miss Celie, Harpo, Mr. Squeak, and Mr.'s father. My favorite scene is the table, the dinner table, the last scene.
Oh, yeah.
And you have Miss Celie who's come to grips with where she wants to go. She wants to leave Mr. And now she's confronting him with the pain that he's caused her. And Mr., and instead of actually listening to what she has to say, he's basically telling her, you're ugly. You don't have an education. What you gonna do? At least Miss Shug has an education. She's pretty. And he basically kind of snatches off the Band-Aid of the issue with her sister and tells her, she asks, have there been any more letters?
Yeah.
And what did he say? Maybe they were, maybe it ain't. Who's to say? And what does Celie do? She picked up that butcher, she picks up the butcher knife and she puts it at his neck. And she says, what? Y'all remember? Until you do right by me, everything you touch is gonna fail. And Miss Sophia in the background is saying, what? Don't trade places with me, Miss Celie. And that's what unforgiveness looks like. She had every reason to not forgive Mr. I mean, he was mean. He was abusive on all levels.
Yeah.
But I want you to understand that unforgiveness shackles you and weighs you down. It robs you of your joy, your freedom, and your future if you allow it. And it eventually will erode your soul. And that's why positioning yourself in front of this issue of forgiveness is so important. So important. Unforgiveness, Paul David Tripp says, unforgiveness is easier, but it's more costly. It's akin to holding someone hostage, but refusing to declare a ransom. Let me say that again. Unforgiveness is easier, but it's costly. It's akin to holding someone hostage, but refusing to declare a ransom. There are 4 illusions of unforgiveness. And you know what an illusion is? A deceptive appearance or impression or a false idea or belief. So those 4 illusions of unforgiveness is 1, the illusion of power. The power in having something to hold over your spouse's head. Let me say that again. An illusion of power means power in having something to hold over your spouse's head. Number 2, the illusion of identity. We feel superior over our spouse because of their sin. We say that, well, you did this, I did this, but you did that. Yours is worse than mine, basically. Number 3, the illusion of weaponry. We carry their sin like a loaded gun, ready to unload on them when they step out of line or cross that line or violate, as Bishop said, our inner vows. And number 4, the illusion of God. We make ourselves their judge, their jury, and their punisher. So I consulted with the Apostle Google, and he said that unforgiveness is choosing to stay trapped in a jail cell of bitterness, serving time for someone else's crime.
Say it again, Google.
Google says that unforgiveness is choosing to stay trapped in a jail cell of bitterness, serving time